Jurassic World Rebirth has dropped in theaters, so I'm gonna stop and rank all 7 Jurassic films ranked from the worst to the best. Let's go. So yes, I'm ranking all 7 Jurassic films. And remember, my list is not the right list. It's just my list, and I'd love to hear your list in the comments. Share your ranking of all 7 Jurassic films. Without further ado, let's get to the ranking. In last place, Jurassic World Dominion. Not only is this the worst Jurassic film, but it's also the most disappointing Jurassic film. Where this, the first 2 world films were, leading up to this epic conclusion, this epic finale to the Jurassic franchise. And it would do this No Way Home thing where it would bring back the original trio from the Park trilogy and combine them with the World trio, and yeah, it would just be this epic finale. It's not that at all. This film is absolutely atrocious. I watched it last night, and I could not sit through this. It's like a 2-hour and 20-minute movie. Could not sit through this film. It is so bad. I really don't know why I was nice to this film, because I saw it in theaters when it came out back in 2022. Watched it, and I was like, okay, not that bad. Not as bad as people are saying. And I watched it a couple times since. I was, liking it less and less, and then I watched it last night, and no. This film is so awful. There are 2 separate plot lines going on that eventually, they come together, but I really did not care about any of them. We got the one with the locusts, and these people are, making locusts, making crops, getting the locusts to eat the crops, and, I did not care about that. It's such a weird plot to make in a Jurassic film, and, yeah, it just, such an awful plot, one of the worst plots I've ever seen. Then we got this other plot where Maisie is kidnapped. So this film turns into this big kidnapping action film where Owen and Claire go on this journey to find Maisie. And at one point, they're getting chased by velociraptors. And Claire's jumping off roofs and stuff and just being chased by velociraptors. What are we doing here? Yeah, sure, that one is at least entertaining, but the other one with the locusts is just awful. They're both really bad plots. I don't know what this movie was just doing. The first 2 world films were just leading up to this thing where dinosaurs are roaming, not just islands, the entire Earth. They're just roaming everywhere. You will see them when you drive into the city. You will see them by your house. No. Please, let's just never think about this movie again. And there's, a joke used every, 2 minutes in the movie. Every 2 minutes, there's just gonna be this lame, bad joke that's not even funny. I hate when movies do that, where they try and be really funny, and every 2 minutes, they're gonna just throw in a joke. Oh my gosh. This film is so unfunny. And, yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Very stupid. Very, very, very stupid. And bringing back the original trio was fun, at least. And yeah, I enjoyed them, helping the other trio out from the World trilogy. Okay, yeah, I enjoyed this. I like this. They're all together. It was fun. At some point. It wasn't really fun. Actually, no, it wasn't fun at all. I don't know why I said that. But, it was at least kind of watchable there. But everything else is so atrocious. I can't with this movie. I will never watch this movie again. I'm just going to say that. Even if it's on, I'm going to avoid it. I will be cooped up in my room for 3 hours watching my phone or something. I cannot sit through that movie. But yeah, there's lame jokes being thrown in, unfunny stuff. The dinosaur action is lame, and that's not something you want to say about a Jurassic film, but it is lame. I don't even know what the dinosaur, the big bad dinosaur of the film is called, Giganotosaurus or something. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think it's called, like, the Giganotosaurus. And this dinosaur doesn't even look that big. I think that the Indominus Rex looks bigger than this dinosaur. When they're saying, like, biggest dinosaur to ever live. No, it doesn't look like that at all. Like, make it actually big. It doesn't look big at all. The fight at the end between the T-Rex and this other, I don't even know what it's called, the dinosaur with the long nails, that was a very, like, lame fight. Like, if you look at the one in Jurassic World, where we get the T-Rex and Blue fighting the Indominus Rex, that was an awesome fight. That's what this fight should have been. But it's not. It is super lame. I cannot believe what I was watching there. And then, like, again, like, when Claire's jumping off roofs and stuff, and these velociraptors are chasing her, very stupid. Yeah. That's really it. Those are the dinosaur stuff you're going to get. There's also this one where Claire's, like crawling into a, like, pond or whatever. When this other dinosaur is, like, trying to find her, and she's like, I don't know. But, yeah, very, very stupid stuff. The villain, so lame. He is, yeah, we get some bad villains in this franchise, but this one is by far the lamest. I absolutely, like, why did they bring back Dodgson? Why did he bring back Dodgson? That guy, if you guys don't remember, he was in the first film. Dodgson, we got Dodgson here. I'm sorry, I had to do that. But Dennis, you guys remember him from the first film, also known as Newman in Seinfeld. They're like his helper, advisor, I don't know, client. I don't know who this guy is, but he just came and was, like, giving him material so he could, like, do something bad at Jurassic Park, steal some specimens or whatever. I don't know, like these, I don't even know. But anyway, he helps him out, and then, yeah, it's kind of weird that they actually brought him back for this film as the big bad villain. I'm sorry, did you guys watch this film and see him rage? Lamest rage I've ever seen. So this guy is so funny as the villain because this guy cannot act as a villain. I don't even know if he can act at all. But as the villain, he is so terrible that at this point, he's so funny to just watch on screen as a villain. And yeah, his rage, like, I couldn't help myself to laugh, bro, that guy. And then he's like, the Dilophosaurus is in that, like, cart thing where he's trying to escape, and he's like, so, what's your story? Yeah, this guy is so stupid. But yeah, this film is just absolutely atrocious. Yeah, let's please never speak of this movie again. In sixth place, The Lost World Jurassic Park. A lot of people defend this movie, and I have no idea why. Is it because it's directed by Steven Spielberg? And I'm not a Steven Spielberg hater. I love this guy. He is one of, if not my favorite director of all time. Yeah, he's made some of my favorite movies of all time, for sure. He's also made some, like, movies where people try to defend them because he directed them. Like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That movie sucked. A lot of people defend it and say, no, actually, Dial of Destiny, that's the bad one. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, this is a good movie. And I'm like, no, because it isn't. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull sucks. Dial of Destiny is actually a really good film. And that's the same thing here. People defend The Lost World, say it's actually pretty good. Dominion, Fallen Kingdom, those are the bad films. No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are bad. They're atrocious. Dominion, we just trashed on. And Fallen Kingdom, we're going to trash on that film in a sec here. But, The Lost World also sucks. It's not a good movie. I just don't understand why people like this so much. If all of them defend it just because Steven Spielberg directed it, I'm actually going to be kind of pissed here. And yeah, I just can't stand this movie. It is just so bad. Like, as a kid, I grew up watching this franchise. I have so much nostalgia here. And I do not have nostalgia for this one because I watched it once and I never watched it again. I even hated it as a kid. I never liked this film. Never. I liked Fallen Kingdom as a kid. But I absolutely hated The Lost World as a kid. So, like, yeah. Or as a little kid, I should say. Yeah. But yeah, it is on an island. That's why I kind of give the edge to The Lost World. That's why Dominion's in last place. But The Lost World and Dominion, they're basically like tied for awful films. I gave them both like a 2 out of 10. They're both awful films. But again, I give the edge to The Lost World because Dominion, dinosaurs are everywhere, and also it's a more disappointing movie. Because I wasn't alive in 1997. So, yeah. Anyway, now my problems with the film is first, no idea why Alan Grant and Ellie Settler are not in this movie. No idea why. Very stupid decision. They make Ian Malcolm the lead character here. Not a good idea. Ian Malcolm was great. Jeff Goldblum's character, great stuff. He was fantastic in the first film. Funny, a lot of fun with that character as the side character or an additional character to this main group. But in this film, they decide, hey, we're going to make you the lead character. And I'm just sorry, it doesn't work. He can't be the main character here. And his acting, Jeff Goldblum's acting in this film was a little faulty. I don't know what it was. He was great in the first film throughout the entire, beginning to end. But in this movie, it's just, I don't know. He was making jokes, every 5 minutes in the film, just like he did in Dominion, although I think his acting was probably better in Dominion. But in this movie, his just acting is, no, it's not good. Jokes every 5 minutes. When his daughter or girlfriend's in trouble, he doesn't, freak out or anything. He actually kind of makes jokes then as well. And, yeah, so that was just dumb. And I'm not, a hater on Jeff Goldblum. I like him. He's a great actor. I don't like anybody in this movie. It's not just him. I'm just saying that his acting was very disappointing. He was great in the first film. Sucks in this one. Do not make Ian Malcolm the main character anymore. But, all the other characters, his girlfriend, his daughter, and, these two other guys, photographer guy, all that stuff, no, I genuinely didn't like these characters. They were just annoying. I was hoping they would die throughout the entire film. I could not sit through this movie. It is so bad. Could not sit through it. And it's super boring as well. That's not what we want to say about Jurassic film, but I'm saying that right now. Very boring. Did not care about anything. I just wanted everybody in this movie to die and get it over with. Sadly, they're not going to grant that wish and be like, yeah, there's going to be some survivors, all that stuff. Hated it. Also, the CGI for the dinosaurs, it's a little bit faulty. In the first film, the dinosaurs looked fantastic through the entire movie. This film, it's faulty. Some of them look great, and then some of them kind of look weird and bad, I guess. And the green screen, again, it's pretty faulty. But, that bus scene where they're about to fall, that green screen, you can easily tell it's there. And, yeah, most of the film, you can just spot out the green screen. Didn't like that. And there's some, cheesy and dumb moments. That bus attack, I found that to be just kind of meh. So I just didn't enjoy that at all. When his daughter freaking does gymnastics on this bar and then kicks a velociraptor out the window. What are we doing here? That's such a weird and dumb scene. How do you kick a velociraptor who's more heavy than you out through a window just doing gymnastics and you're a kid? What are we doing? That was such a dumb moment in the film. And then the ending scene when a T-Rex is in a boat and somehow it just ships off to San Diego with dead people in it. And the T-Rex just roams around the entire city of San Diego. Sorry, but they would have killed this thing immediately when it got there. They can tell that it's in there, so why would they open the boat? Oh my gosh, this movie is so dumb and ridiculous. And yeah, what an awful film. In 5th place, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I get so mad when I think about the potential that Fallen Kingdom and Dominion had and how disappointing they both were. Because, yeah, Fallen Kingdom had so much potential to be one of the best Jurassic films. But sadly, it's just a really bad movie. Yeah. Now, unlike Dominion and The Lost World, I find this movie to be at least watchable. Like, if someone asked, hey, can I watch Fallen Kingdom with you? And I haven't seen it in a while, I'd say yes, because this movie is watchable and kind of enjoyable in some ways. But it's still a really bad movie. Now, I think that the first half of the film was great stuff. Like, Claire and them, they get on the plane and stuff. They go to the island to save the dinosaurs so they don't get taken up by the volcano. And yeah, like lava comes out and stuff. They get trapped, all that stuff. That first half of the film, great stuff. I wish that was the entire movie, and they get like trapped on the island and stuff with lava coming down, all that stuff. Okay, this would be one of the best Jurassic films, 100%. But then there's that second half that exists, sadly, where they save the dinosaurs just to sell them and make a lot of money on land, whatever. Like, yeah, they just want to sell them at Lockwood's mansion. That is so dumb. One of the dumbest plots or whatever to a movie. Like, literally, it is. This is so stupid. This might even be dumber than, like, The Locusts or whatever. Like, this is so stupid. With selling dinosaurs, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Nobody wants to see that. We want to see dinosaurs eating people on an island. We don't want to see them being sold. And the big bad dinosaur of the movie, the Indoraptor, did not care about that at all. And we also do get a good opening to the movie with like the submarine stuff, and Mosasaurus eats it. Then we get that like T-Rex / Mosasaurus attack, and the guy's just like cheering and stuff, and the Mosasaurus just comes and eats him. That was funny, but still, like the first half was so great, and then we get that bad second half. And I don't know what was going on with that cloning thing. How can you clone someone? Like, we live in a world where basically, or in these movies, where, yeah, you can make dinosaurs and stuff, but somehow a human being was able to make a cloning machine. This isn't some cartoon movie or a Star Wars film. This is a Jurassic film where somehow they figured out to clone somebody. Like, what? Why couldn't they just make this girl a daughter of somebody? Why did they have to do this whole cloning thing? That was so stupid. But at least it's watchable. We got to see Franklin scream. I'm sorry. It's just, whenever I watch that, I have to laugh. It's just hilarious. He's like he's so dramatic. He freaks out about everything. He's just hilarious. And yeah. Really, he's just hilarious. And we get probably one of the most emotional moments of the entire franchise in this. That is just why, like, this first half was so good. And then we get that bad half. And that emotional part is when, like, the Brachiosaurus or whatever is just, like, running out to the dock. And he's like, wait for me and stuff. Obviously, he doesn't say that, but obviously he's there. And then we see him getting taken up by the lava. I cried during that moment. I cried like a baby. I can't help it. I'm sorry, guys. You're going to call me baby, all that stuff. I get emotional when I watch movies. That part was so sad. That is the only part in the entire franchise where I actually cried and shed tears down my eyes. Because that part is so emotional. We just see the innocent dinosaur being taken out by lava. Those little guys, I try not to, but like, you know what I mean. Those idiots, they could have saved that dinosaur and they just let him die. I couldn't help it. No, I needed to just yell at the screen. But yeah, I cried during that moment, very emotional. So this film had so much potential to be incredible, and it just sucked. Just a really bad movie. In fourth place, Jurassic Park 3. Here's another bad movie, Jurassic Park 3. Now, out of, like, the 4 bad movies in this franchise, because after this we'll be talking about some really good ones, this is the one I would choose to watch. Out of all 4 of them, Dominion, Lost World, unwatchable. Fallen Kingdom is at least watchable and sort of enjoyable. But that film, I get so disappointed and angry about how this film could have been great, but it sucked. I would choose to watch Jurassic Park 3. Out of the four of them, I would choose Jurassic Park 3 because the film is fun. I think that the dinosaur moments, other than the first film and maybe the films I have above it, the dinosaur attacks in this movie are really intense. I love the intensity here, where like this movie moves. It's only an hour and like 30 minutes long, so it's not gonna be so unwatchable like The Lost World, where it's over 2 hours. I'm just like every 5 minutes I'm just pausing the movie, looking at how much time I have left. This movie, straightforward, getting into it. We get Alan Grant back in here. I'm a little sad that Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler broke up, and Ellie Sattler marries this other guy, has kids and all that stuff. And she doesn't even go to the island. She has nothing to do with the movie. She has nothing to do with it in here. She's just like a side character. We see a little bit. That's it. And Alan Grant, he has something to do here, but still. And yeah, the dinosaur attacks, like I said before, great stuff. We get where they crash the plane and stuff, and the Spinosaurus attacks them, eats a couple guys. We have a couple more Spinosaurus attacks. We get the Velociraptor attacked in that facility. We get another Spinosaurus attack in like the boat and stuff. We get the pterodactyl scene in the pterodactyl cage or whatever. That was a lot of fun. And there's just a lot of fun dinosaur attacks in here that are just great. And we get one of the creepiest scenes maybe in movie history, where they hear the phone ring and they just turn around and the Spinosaurus is just right there, just basically smiling. That always gets me. It always creeps me out, man, how the Spinosaurus just there, smiling. Not necessarily smiling, but you know what I mean. Very creepy. But yeah, other than the dinosaur attacks that actually make this movie a lot of fun, and like the intensity that goes with it, because my heart races at some of these scenes. But other than that, that makes the film fun, and if everything else was like in that same track, footprints, as the dinosaur attacks and the intensity and stuff, this movie would be great. It isn't. Other than that, everything else sucks. The human characters, like this movie by far has the worst human characters out of all the films. Jurassic Park 3 has the worst human characters. Like, by the time we actually get to the island and they crash the plane and stuff, we learned that almost everybody there is a fraud. And it actually isn't who they are. And they do bad decisions, all that stuff. Like, when they just say that the Kirbys are, like, married and stuff, and they're like, yeah, we're going to go to this island, we're having our anniversary, and we want you to be there to, do our thing. And then they learn, actually, no, we're divorced, and we're here to look for our kid, and there's no Kirby Enterprises or whatever, and they just, I don't even know what they own, like a very cheap business or whatever, and they're not rich or anything. So they can't give you the money. That was just obviously really stupid. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, they admitted that they're a fraud. The like cool agent guys or whatever that went with them, turns out they're a fraud too, and they're just guys that wanted money, so then they came. That's it, literally. That was just very stupid. I don't know why, but yeah, they came. They're a fraud too. Billy, on the other hand, Billy was, he wasn't a bad guy or anything, like, he wasn't a fraud, but later in the film, they make a decision where he steals Velociraptor eggs so that he can, go back to the city and stuff and sell the eggs and make a lot of money. That was really stupid. Very, very stupid, and made, like, he was a fine character at first. After that, I just started to dislike him. And yeah, so the only two characters in this entire film who weren't a fraud, lying, or like making bad decisions throughout the film was Alan Grant and the kid actor. The kid actor I thought was actually pretty good. But yeah, Alan Grant and the kid are the only ones who weren't like bad characters. They're the only two good characters in this film. Alan Grant, no surprise, but a kid. He was better than all the other adults in this film, other than Alan Grant. Like, that was just, I find that funny. And we get some really cheesy moments, like Alan, if you know what I mean. And them digging in dinosaur crap. Like, it was fun. The film is just really, it's a bad movie, but at least I have fun with it with the dinosaur attacks, if you know what I mean. It is fun, but it's still a bad movie. In third place, Jurassic World. No, I was kind of struggling here between this and my number 2 spot. Like, they could switch really any day. They're, like, tied. But Jurassic World. I think that it is a great movie. I really enjoy this one. It is, like, a great legacy sequel or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it's cool to see that the theme park is up and running, all that stuff. Like, in the first Jurassic Park, you didn't get to see that. But in this film, yeah, you get to see the park up and running, people having fun with the attractions, all that stuff. The Indominus Rex, probably the coolest and, like the most dangerous animal out of all of them. Yeah. This and the Spinosaurus are, like, just incredible. Very creepy. This is probably the most gory Jurassic film, if you want to just call it that, whatever. I think it's the most gory, and that's what I really like about this film. And also, we introduced new characters like Chris Pratt as Owen, and Bryce Dallas Howard as Claire. They're a lot of fun in this film. And yeah, we get to see Owen driving on his motorcycle alongside a bunch of raptors. That's really cool. I don't know how that he trains these raptors and has a bond with them. That's a little, I don't know, kind of ridiculous, but still I thought that was just cool. Like, Owen is a cool as hell character. And yeah, he was a lot of fun, just hanging out with the raptors and all. And Claire, cool stuff. I like their romance relationship that they have throughout this Jurassic World trilogy. That is, thank goodness, over. And yeah, I don't know how, but this was the only good Jurassic World film. I said world, not park, world film. Other than the one that just released. I'm talking about the trilogy, the World Trilogy with Fallen Kingdom, Dominion, and of course this one. This was the only good one. I think that this is a great film. Alright, the dinosaur action that we get in here is great. It does take a while to get into it because the theme park is up and running, so it's going to show some sweet moments, all that stuff. Once it does get into it, like, it's pretty cool. Like, when Owen and these two guys, like, go into the facility where the Indominus Rex is in, that was really cool when he starts eating them. Owen barely survives that. We get that scene where they send all these guys to go hunt it down, and it kills them all. That was a fun scene. That was pretty gory for a PG-13 movie. I really enjoyed that. We get the pterodactyl scene where Masrani gets taken down in the helicopter. Yeah, and we get that final showdown between the Indominus Rex and the T-Rex and Baloo. That was awesome. Really had a good time with that. Alright? Awesome stuff. That was one of the best dinosaur fight battles in the entire franchise by far. I found that to be awesome. And by the way, there is a huge gap between Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World. Jurassic Park 3, like 4 out of 10 bad movie. This is like an 8 out of 10 great film. This is not the type of movie I'd buy on Blu-ray. Normally, if there's like an 8 out of 10 great movie, I'm going to want to buy it and put it on my Blu-ray buy list. This is not one of those, but still. Great film. The kid actors, these are the best kid actors throughout the franchise. Other ones, the one in 3 is alright, and Maisie, she's alright, but everybody else, no. No. Yeah, I just had a great time with this. I love how they're like, get emotional at some points because the brother is leaving for college soon, I'm pretty sure. Their parents fight a lot, so I guess they're worried that they're going to get divorced. And yeah, it's just, it's an emotional ride for them. And yeah, but I still had a absolutely great time. We also get that one where the kids are being chased after by the Indominus Rex, and they actually somehow survive, like jumping off the cliff and stuff. Anyway, this is just a great film. Had a blast with it. And yeah, just, it's a great movie. My runner-up, Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, I think that this is a very underrated film. Like, I do not understand the hate that this movie is getting at all. I found this to be a great film. I actually went for round two because I saw this a couple weeks back for its like early screening. I have a review for this movie up and running on my channel, so I'll try not to talk long about this movie. If you want to hear my more in-depth spoiler thoughts about the movie, go check out my review for it right now. But I went for round two yesterday, and I still stand by my thoughts. It's like an 8 out of 10. I give it an 8.5 out of 10 on my review. I think I'm going to go with an 8 out of 10 for it. But I think it's a great movie. I think it's a really great film. I came up with more problems for the film that I will try and talk about here. I found more. I didn't come up with it. I found more. But still, I think it's a great movie. The dinosaur action, out of this world, incredible. They look incredible with the CGI, be it the dinosaur action. Also, we get the boat scene with the Mosasaurus. We get the pterodactyl scene up on like the cliff. We get that T-Rex attack on the raft. We get that scene at the end with these like bird trianodon. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that bird attack, and then we get that big whatever thing that looks like the xenomorph mixed with that thing from Star Wars. That's actually what the design is from. Like that thing where it just like you see the helicopter disappear and then you just see it's eating it. That was kind of creepy. I enjoyed that. A lot of fun for that final battle. It was really satisfying to see that rich guy die. Because that guy is such a brat. I was really happy that he died. Very satisfying. I love when movies do that where like you're very angry when you're like, oh, this guy was nice. How come he had to die? Can't you kill off this rich, mean guy? And they're like saving it up for that ending scene where it's very satisfying when he dies. That's what it did here. I enjoyed that. So yeah, that's great stuff. And the characters, a lot of people are complaining about them. I think Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey, great in this film. Mahershala Ali, he was also great. All three of them were fantastic in this movie. And I really enjoyed their characters, specifically like that conversation that Scarlett Johansson has with Mahershala Ali. And they're just both like really sad because Mahershala Ali, he lost his son, so he's very sad about that. Or his character and Scarlett Johansson's character, I already forget her name. It's Zora, right? Zora Bennett, yeah. And she just like crying because her friend died on her last mission. So all that stuff, I actually find that kind of like an emotional, sweet conversation. I enjoyed that. Her conversation a couple times with Jonathan Bailey, I kind of sensed a little spark of romance with their characters. So yeah, I would like a sequel to this movie. I would really like a sequel. Now the negative side, I wasn't a fan of pointless characters and decisions in this film. Where they introduced this family of four. There's a father, two daughters. One's a teenager. Actually, one's going to university or whatever. And then there's one that's like 8 years old, 10 years old. And then there's the boyfriend of the oldest daughter, the teenager who's going to university. So all four of them go on a boat ride, and then it's like the generic thing where the dad doesn't like the boyfriend, and the boyfriend can like sense that and stuff. Anyway, I didn't like this family. I think the family's very pointless in this film, and I just didn't like it. All right, I don't know what it was, but I just genuinely didn't like the family. A lot of people enjoyed the family. Well, not a lot of people, but you know what I mean. Like, a decent amount of people enjoyed the family. Like, I was talking to my sister and stuff. They liked it. I just was like, what? Yeah, they have funny moments. They have some sweet moments. But genuinely, I just didn't care about them. Like, I want to go back to the agents and all. And what I don't understand in the film, and also don't like, is that all four of them stay alive through the entire film. Which really doesn't make sense, because we have these agents, these trained agents that go in the film. They know what they're doing. They've done battles, all that stuff. Some of them die. But then this family with no experience with that, somehow all four of them survive. That really doesn't make sense. And they have so many chances when they die. Like the boyfriend, Xavier, he almost died from the Mosasaurus when he's taking a leak. He almost died from a velociraptor. like, he almost died twice. The dad somehow survived the T-Rex when, like, he's underwater. The T-Rex almost bites off his leg. Somehow misses. That doesn't make sense. The daughter almost died when she got, like, pushed over board and stuff. Like, they have so many opportunities to die, and I'm not, like, hoping that they die. I'm just expecting here that, like, one of them dies, like Xavier or the dad. I think one of those two should have died. I'm not saying I wanted them to die. I'm saying they should have, because it just really doesn't make sense how they have no experience. When people that do, been in battles and stuff, some of them die, but then here, this family with no experience, they just don't die. And don't kill off, like, the 8-year-old or whatever. Yeah, okay. But you still have the opportunity to kill off the father or the boyfriend, Xavier, and you could just kill them off, and they choose not to. Extend your kill count, and they don't do that. So I just didn't like that at all. Also, the kill count in this movie was a little bit disappointing. I was actually kind of expecting more kills. Kind of a weird thing to say here, but yeah. As of a fan of this franchise, I was expecting more kills in this film. And that's not what they did here at all. Yeah. We get some good ones. We get a couple, like, 2, I think, kills when the Mosasaurus attacks. One on the boat, one on the beach. Excuse me for a sec. Anyway, we get that. We also get the pterodactyl sequence, like the one that's like size is F-16, where he kills that one guy, the French guy, and then we get the death of the rich guy, which was very satisfying when he died from the thing that looks like the Star Wars thing, creature / xenomorph. Yeah, there we go. That was the kills, basically. I just named all of them. I just spoiled the movie. Thanks a lot. And we get that being a kill. But, like, yeah, I think the kill count was shortened. And for a movie like this, I'm expecting a bigger kill count. That's not what we're given. So I don't know if I was a fan of that. Because I was really hoping that we'd get a good kill count. Because, just listen, the last Jurassic World films, you don't get introduced to so many characters. You just get the main characters. Obviously, they're going to survive. And we get back to the original stuff here. And I liked it. Yes, it is a generic plot. People go to get DNA from dinosaurs. They get trapped on the island, try to survive. Yeah, but that's the main thing of Jurassic Park. That's what all the films should have been. But instead, like Fallen Kingdom, Dominion, that's not what they are. But yeah, I want the rest of the Jurassic films that we get to be like this. Also, what they do with the Duncan character, where I found him kind of annoying at some points. I talked to my family about this, and they're like, this is a very weird, like, negative thought. But at one point, when they save the family from the boat and, like, near the beginning or whatever, he's like, what are you doing with the kid out? Shouldn't they be in school? And he's like, no, it's summer break. And he's, like, giving him parenting advice just because his son's dead. And he's just, like, really worried for the children and stuff. Like, I found that kind of annoying because he's bossing a dad who knows what he's doing. And it's, like, a tradition and stuff. And he's like, shouldn't they be in school and all that? And he's like, no, I just kind of wanted to say, shut up, Duncan. I'm sorry. I like Mahershala Ali. I think he's a great actor. But he was kind of pissing me off. They were, like, giving a dad parenting advice. I don't know. I think that was kind of weird. And at the end, where he's just very protective over the kids and stuff. Like, he sets his mind. He doesn't care if anybody dies. Even Zora. She can die. He won't care. He's just focused on getting these stranger kids out of here alive. Which, yeah, sure, you could put a little bit of focus on that. Everyone else there, but he just doesn't care. And then he decides to sacrifice himself. And guess what? The thing that really pissed me off, like, I was starting to like Duncan again when he sacrificed himself. But then, the end of the film, it's the same thing with Billy, where he was, like, Brat stealing the eggs and stuff, and he sacrifices himself like that, and then by the end of the film, turns out, no, he actually survived. And here, they did the same thing with Duncan, where we thought he died. Nope, turns out he survived. Really pissed me off. I hate when these movies do that, where they just think someone died and stuff, leaving sad, we're good to go, and then it turns out they survived. No. So, yeah, I didn't like that. So, yeah, I just talked a lot about my negatives for the film. You guys are probably thinking you hate this movie. No. Again, 8 out of 10, great movie. Had a good time with it. I would love to see a sequel to this film. But in first place, Jurassic Park. Now, I'm just going to say it. This movie changed the world. This is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. Not just one of my favorite horror movies of all time. This legitimately is one of my favorite movies of all time. If I did like a top 20 favorite movie list of all time, this would be maybe not just in the top 10, maybe in the top 5. It is just an absolute classic. I grew up watching this ever since I was like 6 years old, started watching this film. Absolutely love it. And again, 10 out of 10 masterpiece. CGI for the dinosaurs looks incredible. The score, I can listen to the score all day and get chills and all, and just want to watch Jurassic Park over and over and over. Like, I actually own the Blu-ray. I just got it a couple days ago at Walmart, just looking around, found the last 4K Blu-ray of Jurassic Park, and I picked it up. So when I do my Blu-ray showcase video, which I promise guys I will do sometime this summer, and I'll do it again probably like the beginning of 2026, because this summer I'm going to try and buy a lot of Blu-rays. I will show you guys my Jurassic Park. You will see it, my Jurassic Park Blu-ray. But anyway, yeah, the CGI for the dinosaurs looks incredible. The score for this film is just, I get chills, like I said before. It's incredible stuff. The characters, like what I love about this movie and what other Jurassic Park films or world films cannot do is that the movie doesn't focus on the dinosaur action. And yeah, that's what we go to see in the Jurassic films. All of us, and I mean all of us, go to see the Jurassic Park films and the world films, whatever, to see awesome dinosaur action. That's all we want to see. Dinosaurs killing people, all that stuff. But what this movie does so good, isn't it? It just doesn't focus on that. Yeah, we get the awesome dinosaur action, but we also get these human characters that we fall in love with. Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, Ian Malcolm, the kids, and of course, John Hammond. We get introduced to all these characters that we fall in love with. And just, yeah. And John Hammond, man, that guy has, like, some of the most iconic movie quotes of all time. Whew. Like, that dinner scene between him and Ellie where he's, like, worried about the kids and stuff, and he's like, I wanted to create something that they could feel. Like, I can't even do it. Guys, I can't do it. Nobody can. Nobody can do the quotes. Only John Hammond. And, like, rest in peace. But this guy is just incredible with the quotes. And the horror theme here, none of them, I never find any Jurassic film scary. But when you watch this for the first time, you do. That, like, this is top notch for the horror with the Jurassic. Yeah, Rebirth and World, I guess they have that try there. And Fallen Kingdom tries to be like a horror film. No. Jurassic Park is the only one that has actually mastered the horror elements here. And yeah, so this is just a beautiful film. I could talk about this film all day if I wanted. Oh man, that score. Man, I feel like I'm getting taken away, baby. This is just an incredible score. But anyway, guys, that's like the wrap up here for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys back soon. I have some movies to catch up on. So, yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.